Hello! So we are anchored in Guadeloupe, just outside the Cousteau Reserve, and we got a message last night from the boat anchored next to us, who have a very similar looking boat to us, so yeah, instant friends. So Lars swam over this morning to say hi and just, yeah, get to know them a little bit. And it turns out that Tom on board is a freediving instructor, so we decided to just last minute do the AIDA 2 course with him. He came around 15 minutes later and we started the training. So it's something we've been wanting to do for a while. Obviously we both really like freediving and we've been doing it for a while, and Lars has just learned mostly through books and things and self-taught, but it's nice to have that confidence and reassurance that we're doing it in a safe way. So we've just done the theory and we're just going to go out for our first dive now, which I'm excited for.
That was so good. I love it. I mean, it's like totally spontaneous and just great to have somebody you can ask all those little questions that you've been wondering about since I've had so many little details that I haven't really had anybody to ask, and so he just clarified a bunch of stuff. We did some breathing exercises, we did our first breath holds. Yeah, now we're gonna go and put a line down and do some dives. Who's on mask cleaning duty? Alex.
Okay. Ready to go?
Yeah, ready. Let's do it. Just double check you get everything you need.
Weight belt.
Snorkel.
Mask, have you got the third snorkel?
Yeah,
third snorkel, masks, fins, wetsuit. That's it, right? Hey.
She never knew where she came from.
Ever since we crossed the Atlantic, I'd been wanting to do more freediving and had been researching places to do a proper course in the Caribbean. It felt really serendipitous that we ended up anchoring next door to a freediving instructor, so we jumped at the opportunity. Lars has always been drawn to freediving and started exploring it when he was about 14. He learned through reading and shared everything he knew with me. Neither of us had ever done a proper course before though, and I was starting to feel that if either of us wanted to go any deeper, it would be a good idea to relearn all the fundamentals to be 100% sure that we know the safety practices and can support each other fully. The line is attached to a buoy, which we would dinghy out, and then you can set the depth to what you want. On the course, we learned how to buddy or safety for each other, as well as proper techniques for line diving in the open water sessions. Safetying for a diver is when you meet them on their way back up from a dive at about a third of their depth and follow them up to support in case they black out. At the depths that we're doing at the moment, there's no real risk of that happening, but it's still important to have these basics down as you progress.
Very cool.
We also practice rescues and things like that. Neither of us were particularly drawn to diving on the line at first. Freediving for us had mostly been a way to enjoy the underwater world and spend longer exploring the reefs. But through this course, we started to get an appreciation for line diving. There's something about that setting that gives a container for real focus and becomes more of an inner journey that's surprisingly fulfilling and addictive. There's different freediving disciplines: constant weight, which is with fins or a monofin, free immersion, which is when you pull yourself down the line, and no fins, which is the most physically demanding. We even got to see a little bit of sea life when a turtle came to visit.
Nice. Rainbows up.
All she ever wanted was to know that she belonged, that she could never get enough, 'cause she was never good enough. Oh, and all I ever wanted was to make it on my own.
We also had to do static breath holds to complete the course. We had to hold our breath for 2 minutes minimum for the AIDA 2, which we did in the shallows. Static is always the one I'm most nervous about, as it's such a mental game. Wow, that was cool. 524. Damn. When we got back to the boat, Lars grabbed his spear gun as we'd spotted a lionfish near the boat. Lionfish are an invasive species that are not meant to be in the Caribbean. They're a predatory fish that eat reef fish and therefore harm the reef ecosystem as they have no known predators themselves. This was our first time catching one, but we'd heard you can eat them, so we cooked it up, and it tasted pretty good.
try this up, see how it tastes.
After the course, we headed back out to the Cousteau Reserve. And this time we spotted an octopus. It was so cool to watch. They look and feel so different to all other forms of life down there. It's almost like they're their own alien species.
See you, Lou. See you, Tom. I'm feeling really good right now. We all got our AIDA 2s, AIDA second levels this afternoon. There's a good sense of accomplishment on board. And now we're heading up to Deshaies for Dan's final evening, last stop for maybe some accra and tiplanche this evening. Cheers. Congrats. Cheers. Freedivers.
That day, we visited La Maison du Cacao, which is an eco-museum centered all around cacao production in Guadeloupe. This is really, is it? We got to sample lots of cacao and see exactly how chocolate is made, which was really fun. Then we checked out one final waterfall with my brother Dan before we said goodbye to him and made our way back down to the Cousteau Reserve area again. Woohoo! We're healing really bad.
Good morning. It's about 6 a.m. and I'm just getting suited up in my wetsuit. I'm gonna go for a bit of a free dive with Tom and Lou from Navika and go for the AIDA 3 qualification. It's beautiful today, just completely still. We're gonna take the freediving buoy out to a wreck that's at about 28 meters depth, and I'm gonna see if I can hit the requirements for AIDA 3, which is 24 meters, which I've done before, but I struggled to equalize from about 20, so we'll see how it goes. Yeah, looking forward to it.
Morning.
okay?
Yeah, I'm good. Did you hear that?
No,
I felt like I could hear like a dolphin or a whale or
Could
something.
well be, yeah.
After Lars completed all the requirements for the AIDA 3, he had some fun dives at the end of his session, practicing some no-fins, which is his favourite discipline. There's something so peaceful to freediving, being completely immersed in the water. It might sound a bit out there, but once your whole body and mind relax, you can enter this real state of stillness. It's pretty special. We really recommend trying freediving if you haven't tried it yet. Just make sure you have a buddy to dive with and do a course to know what you're doing.
Nice.
We spent that evening aboard our neighbouring boat, Navika, and it turns out freediving instructor Tom is also a musician, so we had a little jam together.
You see, I beg, stole, and I borrowed. Oh, ooh, that's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Yeah. That's why I'm easy. I'm easy like Sunday morning. Why in the world would anybody put chains on me?
Thanks so much for watching this far. If you enjoyed this video, then give us a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel if you're new and you like what we do. Join us next week as we sail to Dominica and we have some more friends come to visit.